And then we go to the epilogue. So where do we go from here? On Gjalp. Look, we are back in the beautiful grassland where we started. What a surprise. Indeed, actually, I liked it here. I was secretly hoping to return one day. I feel grateful to be here. I wonder what we are supposed to do now. On the last island it was written to honor the teaching we received and to write our own history. I feel like we have to share what we have learned on our journey. After all, it has been life-changing for us. We are no longer the same people who embarked on this journey. We were guided on our journey through the monuments built by the people who lived on this island before. We could do the same for the generations to come and build our own monument. This way we can preserve our knowledge through time. Indeed, that would be a great way to honor the wisdom that has been given to us. Have you thought of how the monument should look like and what we should put inside? Not yet, but I think it will become apparent to us as we work on them. We don't have to hurry anymore. We can take time and contemplate our journey and distill the essence of all we have learned. I will go ahead and mark a few spots on the island that would be good for the monuments. Building the monument should be easy. The materials we gathered on our journey should be more than enough. Yeah. So long story short, on this island you don't have to automate anything. The game kind of tells you to just go through it and really doesn't take long. You are low-key not even supposed to automate, just make everything by hand. Especially because the things that you require are already available to you from your journey. Everything that you built so far is still with you. So while you can make production, it's really not needed. I'm probably just gonna make a kitchen. There's the first monument. Upgrade to surety brings... Oh, that's gonna sort that out. Those... There's like 67 people have gathered and what? 34 animals. There's sheep on this island, I believe. And cows. Perfect. Let's make ourselves a bakery and a brewery. I'm just gonna make a couple of regular old farms. Hold on. What was the 5x5? Make strawberries. Oh yeah. Well. Oh. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. That Crash Bandicoot tune you just heard, that was my ringtone as I was receiving a call from my landlord, apparently. Nothing serious, he's just bringing me some hay, and if that sounds weird, the hay is for my bunnies. Well, our bunnies. There's the second monument. There's another one. Oh. No product selected? Oh, I didn't actually tell it to make anything. Strawberry, wheat, and milk. We are getting the milk. I just need wheat. So you... When we started our quest, we were searching for some object that would bring us wealth and abundance. In the end, we were totally wrong. In a way, nothing changed but our belief. Being open to what was shown to us instead of clinging to what we previously believed led us to success. We are right. Being open-minded is necessary for learning and making good decisions. One should suspend judgment and false opinions about the world. Yes, all that we know right now is most likely incomplete. We should remain skeptical and open to new possibilities. I think wisdom comes from the realization that the more we learn, the more we will become aware of how little really we know. That's it. To become wise, we need to recognize the limits of our understanding. All things in the world are transient. Wisdom comes from understanding that the only thing that is permanent is change itself. The only thing we know is that we know nothing. We should name our first monument, Surety Brings Ruin. Right. And the moment I finish all of the monuments, the game will end. There we go. Upgrade this one as well. I don't need this campfire. Some more stuff in these things. So that's the epilogue. It gives you the final thoughts of the game and what the game was about. And as it was clear from the very beginning, the game is this wonderful little base and resource management game which teaches you about, well, pretty much about our world today, where we always go for more and more and more, and we're never satisfied, never stop to think about what we have, but always just looking for more. No, we harvest and use and consume until there is nothing, and then when there is a shortage, then we fight with each other over what's left. Which is a very accurate thing, but at the same time you can't really go back to the roots because there's too many of us. So where do you draw the line? Where do you make the balance? Going back to nature is fine as a hobby, but it doesn't work practically for a population of 8+ billion people. On the other hand, you can't mine and harvest everything around you because you would have nothing left. A good thinking piece, a good philosophical view. As they say, moderation in all things. in the real world, the humans have the technology where they can... I've touched upon this subject before. We have the technology and the knowledge and the manpower needed to be the caretakers of this world and still have everything we want from it, with no reason to limit ourselves. But we don't do that. Instead of doing that, what we do is just we go into incredible excess and overreaching ourselves until the point where we can't handle it anymore, and then we have nothing. There we go. Second monument is complete. Almost, anyway. Our growing needs almost caused our downfall, but it is not too late for us to change. The experiences we made on our journey can lead us to live in harmony with our environment instead of destroying it. You are right. Now that we have gotten to a point where we can exceed the bounds of what nature provides, we need to learn to exercise modesty and temperance. I think harmony and moderation will also make us happier in the long run. We have to learn to recognize when something is excessive as well as when it's insufficient. It's about finding the perfect amount, the perfect balance in all things. Precisely, we always have a choice and we can use it to avoid both extremes. Exactly. Nice, our second monument should be inscribed with nothing to excess. That's pretty much what I was talking about. That's what the game is trying to tell you as well. Now, reflecting on this game, what I like about it is that you can go from this, essentially doing everything by hand, over to incredible levels of automation. That the game actually does allow you to have both and to transcend from one to the other. Not many games do that. In most automation games, you already start with a specific level of technology, and then you just work in that level to a more complex recipe. For example, Dyson Sphere or Factorio or Factory Town. All of those start as automation from the beginning, where you have to start manually and then you just move over to the levels of technology. But the level of technology is always the same. It's just unlocking more of it to progress. Here you have from manual farms, manual water carrying, baking, brewing, going all the way into automation. And it has an incredible charm. The story writing is a bit naive and a bit childish. I'm not gonna say it's childish. It isn't. It's a very philosophical way of looking at things. It's just that it's not sure how to even describe it. Simple, but simplistic. It's not wrong in its message, and the message is pretty much what's obvious to everybody. We just don't do it because we're humans and we're stupid. But it is overall a wonderful thing. Now, I don't know why you guys are not working on this. Seriously. Is something in the way? I did say construction is in progress. Okay. Needs 4 of each. Do you have 4 of each? Yeah, I have plenty of these left in storage. So it's not a material question, you just need to get your ass over there and build it. Well, somebody does. Ah, there we go. Is it just one person that's carrying it? Now, one thing I don't like about this game is a lot of the systems are not very well explained and are a bit too finicky. For example, the way that the shipping port works, it's still a nuisance to me. Some systems don't have a proper... The maps are not big enough for some of the systems to make a lot of sense to be used, like the trains. Completely unnecessary. There is not enough way to filter items, so doing some more complex systems is very difficult, if not impossible. Ah, there we go. Now you sleep! You sleep at work! Finally, I think it's vital that we carefully study our own nature, our strengths and weaknesses. It took us way too long to realize that the needs and tastes we developed would lead us to disaster. It was only when we recognized it was our own flaws causing our problems that we began to improve things. We have to figure out what is good or bad for us. It will lead us to a wise life where we can flourish and grow. Getting to know ourselves will make us conscious of what we can change and what we cannot change. You are right, awareness is essential, else we will just drift through life. At the same time, this awareness shows us that we undergo constant change and evolve as a result. Our old self dies and gets reborn every day. This will be our last monument. Let's name it Know Thyself. Now that the essence of our wisdom is safe in these monuments, I feel at peace. I'm looking forward to a beautiful, simple life together with all of you. I'm sure it's going to be lovely. Enjoying the sea, the sun, the birds, and the trees around us, having everything yet needing nothing. Not being busy making things without end, but having all the time in the world to just enjoy the wonders of life. And that's it. So where do we go from here? Yeah, you don't need to set up a working call in this mission, just satisfy your colony's basic needs and focus on the main objectives. You don't even need to do that. Thank you for playing the campaign, we hope you enjoyed the ride. There is still much more to discover if you're up for the challenge. You can install player-made mods from the Steam Workshop that add new items, production chains, or even new biomes and campaigns to the game. If you're creative, you can even create your own mods in the wiki, blah 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 blah. Challenge frequently all tech tiers on one single multi-biome map. If you enjoyed the game, please take a moment to leave a review on Steam, blah 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 blah. That's it, there we go, that's it. You can go back to any one of them. There are a couple of gaps in the game that are just left unexplained or untouched upon properly, like who's Grim, what his deal was, where did he go. He just appeared as from a need to have a villain and then just disappeared. I like this type of campaign because each level gave you something more to play with, introduced you to something new. And that's it for Kubifaktorium.